That's the ginger tea.
All right, welcome back to episode 2 of GingerTea.
Yeah.
You know, we got such great response from our last episode.
We did.
So many people were like, "You guys need to do another episode." It was just so good. So,
So
All
here
of
we
you
are.
5 viewers, yes.
Thanks, Mom.
so we're back again. My name is Evan Butler,
This is Alan Lamb coming at you.
and we
Forgot we have a guest.
Again, it's me, Adam Kamala.
we still don't know if you're a special guest or if you're, I don't know.
I know. I'm the hostess with the mostest. Let's be real.
You're Alan, you gotta press it with.
No, I just wanted to change this up.
So, anyway, what's on today's agenda? Alan, you were saying.
Today we're gonna talk about societal norms or just stereotypes in general. And this is a huge umbrella topic, so it could be anything from like, oh man, should your kid go to college, to like, labels.
Well, let's
or
unpack
what
that.
have
Let's
you.
unpack that. So,
Yeah.
currently I'm going to Edmonds Community College.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am going to WSU, Washington State University. And so the kind of question that we want to ask, and something that you guys can all listen and think about as well, is it's her birthday today, apparently. A big thing to question is, does one need to go to university? Like, is it worth it anymore? Like, do you want to make your kids go to university? Is community college a bad thing?
Like university period.
Yeah, university. Or are we talking, like, do you want to send your kid to trade school? Or do they even have to go to anything
I
after
mean,
high school?
it's kind of. I mean, there's like this big stigma, I think, definitely in public school of like, oh, you gotta go to college, you gotta go to 4-year. What school are you going to? Like, where are you applying? Have you applied yet? Like, there's a lot of that in high school, and like, I think, at least in my experience, a lot of like the community college route, at least from like the perspective of being in high school and like having counselors talk to the classes and like people, whatever, stuff like that took a back seat, and I really think other options are so valuable. Like, unless you like, really know what you want to do, or you have like, oh man, I really want that experience. Sometimes like just going to community college is so, in my experience, has been really worth it, because it's like, it wasn't that much money. I didn't know like what I wanted to major in at all, and like when I got out of high school, and it was like, for me, what made sense was like, why would I got into a university that I was interested in, but I was like, why would I go here and spend like quadruple the money to not be studying anything in particular? It's not like they have like better information for these
Yeah.
core
Did you have a
classes.
similar experience, Adam?
I did. I mean, like, again, I go to community college, the same one as Evan. But I think that for me, I was still trying to like find my way. Yes, I generally knew what I wanted to do, but it gave me the opportunity to kind of like do those prereqs, that everyone hates doing, but for like a lot cheaper of a cost. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be doing the same things, getting the same amount of education, but mine's is like $500 in comparatively to someone who is paying like thousands and thousands of dollars for those same prereqs. Like for me, it was just more worth it.
Right.
You know?
And plus, like when I'm like, I have a transfer degree, I'm going to transfer to a university. It's like when I graduate from the university, it's not going to be like, oh, you spent time here and then it's just the degree is going to be from that university.
Right.
It's not going to,
Yeah.
But I remember in high school, like, I never heard, like, community college, trade school, anything like that was just not an option for me.
I get that.
I don't know if that was just my family.
No, I get that.
Or if that's, like, even my counselor, my counselor just never mentioned community college for me.
As an option.
Just never
As an
talked about
option,
it?
yeah.
Wow.
Granted, I did do running start. And so I think a lot of people thought that I had more things figured out because I was doing sort of more accelerated
So you didn't
learning
even-
and like all that. But like at the time, like, I mean, when I was in running start, I thought I was going to be an engineer. And
Really?
Then, yeah.
Now I don't
That
even remember that.
changed significantly.
And then it's changed significantly. Yeah. So like I wanted to be an engineer. And so all my prereqs were going towards engineering. And then the day I accepted Washington State University's acceptance letter, I was like, nah, I'm going to be a doctor. So
No, yeah, see, that's
totally different.
that's what's crazy for me is like I thought even if I knew like what I wanted to do, I'm like I'm probably gonna change my mind, because I mean my plan was to major in music, and I'm gonna be getting with my associates in music out of community college, but I'm not gonna major in music now. So
Where are you majoring in?
psych.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah. So it was kind of like I'm still nervous now going into university. Like, what if I go in and I spend all this money and then I'm like, oh shit,
you don't want.
I don't even want to do this.
No, and I feel that. I think that like that's why, because like my thing was like I did a DTA too, a direct transfer degree, and it's in business. Yes, it's a general business degree, but it sets you up for when you go into a university, and then you're doing business. But like that's the thing, like I actually really wanted to do communications for a really long time, and my brother said that like, Adam, you're really smart, you know how to do math, you should be doing business and I'll do communications, and then we'll have just kind of like double trouble. Yeah, because I mean like you want to get the most benefits from like the people that you know, and like at the time I was like, oh, that is such a good idea. And like now thinking about it, like I really should have stuck to communications because it's something that I really love and I enjoy doing. Every time I'm taking a comm class, I'm like, yes, like this is everything. Like this is something that I want to do. And like
It's not too late, and you still like.
Yeah, I know, but like for me, like sometimes like I have that pressure of like I spent 2 years doing this business DTA, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, can I go back now? Should I go back?
I mean,
but I mean, if you look at what I went through, like I went through Running Start, and then I'm still at WSU for 4.5 years, where Running Start is supposed to get me out in 2.
Right.
So like, you still have plenty of time, and I've changed my major 3 times now.
Yeah.
So like, it's never too late.
Yeah. What's your major now?
Now I'm just a regular Bachelor of Science in biology, so a BS, bullshit in biology.
Bullshit.
But I originally was going to school for a double degree in sports science and Spanish on a pre-med track, and then I switched over to biochemistry and dropped Spanish because I realized, if I could speak in Spanish, I can just write it down on my resume that I can speak in Spanish. And biochemistry was supposed to fill out my pre-med recs quicker. And for those of you who don't know, pre-med track, like if you want to go to med school, you have to fulfill these prereqs in order to even apply. And so if they didn't work well with your major, say for instance, when I was first in sports science, if they didn't work with your major, then you'd be basically taking double the amount of classes. So I was going to be at WSU for like 5.5 years if I'd stuck with sports science. And then I decided, med school is not the move.
That's
a lot of school.
Me too.
A lot of loans. Yeah. But man, like it's never too late, I don't think. Like especially because we're so young, we have so much time. I think we're gonna bounce back the quickest.
One thing I've learned, I don't know if it's like this at university, but one thing I've noticed like being in community college is there's so many like adults, not saying like, I mean like people in their 40s that I see like on campus.
Non-traditional students.
Yeah, I mean there's someone in my choir who's like in his 80s. And
that's
awesome
to
him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's like I'm in a theory class because I mean I'm still finishing up the music degree, so I'm in theory 6, so like the 6th quarter of theory, and I know people in theory 3 who are like in their 40s and stuff.
Right.
So it's like
that's awesome. Though.
So it's kind of shows it's never too late to like do what you want to do. But I don't know, does that like happen in university? Like do you see people?
Yeah. I think the statistic is 50% of students will actually change their major 3 times.
I believe that.
I think that is the actual statistic. I don't remember from the tours that I gave because they always have that presentation at the beginning about like students.
It might even be more actually.
But do you see?
It probably is more.
Do you see, like, on university campus, do you see people that are, like, outside of, like, the quote-unquote college age very often or at all?
Not often at a university. I was an orientation counselor, and what that means is I work with first-year students who are just coming into WSU. So over the summer, I was working with a lot of them, and I didn't have that many non-traditional students. Majority of the non-traditional students that you'll get were like enlisted or they were in the army or the armed forces or the services, right? And so they have I think the G9 bill or something like that where they pay for their school if they go back to school. And so those are the most non-traditional students I see, but other than that, you don't really see other non-traditional students because it is so expensive. I mean, like, tuition by itself at WSU is like $10,000.
That's crazy.
And that's not living on campus, and that's not food, that's not
Yeah.
textbooks, that's not miscellaneous
That's not even that
fees.
bad for like a
That's
university.
true.
10,
No, it's really not, yeah.
10K, like that's not that bad.
Go Cougs.
Okay.
Adding on a side note to the people who are older who are going to university, a larger portion of them are still working full-time jobs and
Yep.
living at home, and so they're going to pursue online university
Mhm.
level
Oh,
education
true.
Yeah, majority
Yeah.
of
instead
people,
of on campus.
right?
Yeah.
right. A lot of people are going to be, those non-traditional students are going to be part-time students.
True.
And for everyone who is listening, that was Joey. He's actually our sponsor.
Oh yeah, forgot to say shout out to Joey, Linwood Pro Audio, all sound things you need.
Yes, back at it again.
Back
The
at it again
sound.
with.
Hit him up on the website.
You
Wow, we're really
know?
bad at this sponsor thing.
I know.
It's not even
But
really.
Joey loves us. He's still.
I mean, it's free advertisements, isn't it?
that's true.
But
Cool.
Joey's the man, so hit him
Yeah,
up if you
he
ever need
really
any
is.
sound stuff.
So
Back to the topic, I think, do you guys think, because I think the stereotype belief is that university will give you a better experience than a community college or a trade school. Do you guys believe that?
Well,
okay.
I think. Sorry, I think like there's two different things to it. I mean, like a better experience, as in like experience as like college experience, or better experience as in like getting a degree.
I mean, I think you just interpret it as you will. Like, I think
like
most people will just talk in general, the experience of going away to a college.
Sure. I mean, okay. My opinion on that is it's on you. It's on whatever, however you make your experiences, however you make your experience. I will say that it seems like being in a university and like say you go to a university that's away from home and you're dorming, you're kind of in a different environment and it puts you in a different place and like it is definitely a different experience. But I mean, at the same time, you can have that experience at a community college. Like Edmonds has dorms. There was
they?
yeah, there's
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know. Oh, yeah, because Hannah used to.
no, she
no,
didn't.
she
No?
never.
Wait,
Wait,
what?
She never.
What?
No,
Okay, never
but
mind.
I will say, we did have someone in my jazz choir last year who came from Chicago, and he lived here, right? He lived with Joey. For
Right here in the studio.
no, he
He
didn't.
was across the hall.
Yeah, he wasn't in this room.
He wasn't in the studio,
but-
guys, don't worry.
For him, he went to community college and he had the experience of being away from home.
Right.
So, but I think like, is it a better experience? I don't know. Like I have a friend who is in my jazz choir. You know her. She went to a community or a university last year and
Yep.
she hated
Right.
it, and now she's at a community college and she feels a lot better.
Right.
So I mean, it depends on you. Some people like to like be in a new environment and be somewhere different.
Yeah.
Right.
And like it's how you make it too. I mean, like a lot of people say like like you can't make friends at community college. I mean, like you can.
Yeah.
It depends on like who you vibe with and how you approach it.
How
as
involved
well.
you get as well.
Exactly.
Because community colleges still have clubs.
Yeah.
There's still-
You know,
it's
there's
still
still
college.
teams. It's still a college.
It's just yeah, I just feel like there's this stigma about community college that it's like not as good. And I mean, it's definitely different. I can see like in my own personal like experience of people going to university and like how it impacts them, I think is definitely different than people who stayed and went to community college. Like
Right.
there's definitely a different impact, but I don't know if that necessarily means it's better. It's just
Yeah.
I think regardless of where you go after high school, there's still growth to be had. It just depends on what works best for you individually to
And, like-
see that growth.
Yeah, and like I have like a lot of friends that even like they're like, no, like college isn't for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not in my cards, and like they'd rather work somewhere and like level up from there. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And like when you're doing that, like sometimes like companies will offer to pay for your schooling to be like, hey, like we want you to keep on doing what you're doing, but we want to put you in a higher position. But we'll pay for your schooling, you know? And like it depends on like your route, you know? Like a lot of people again, like I think that it's that stigma of like, oh, I need to be in a college to be successful or to get a job, and like really it's all about how it's really like up to you on like how you make that work. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Ellen. You know what I'm saying? Ellen was all like, okay, like, you know, like I dropped out of school and
Ellen
like,
DeGeneres, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
If
like
you guys don't know who Ellen DeGeneres is, you're living under a
Yeah,
rock. I don't know how you
watch
found this
some TV.
podcast then. If you don't.
but like she dropped out of school and like she was fine, and again I'm not saying like hey kids drop out of school like
Well, okay. One thing I think one of my biggest takeaways from being at community college is that they're like people move at different paces, and that's okay. There's like I think that is another like societal like stigma, like especially with like the way Instagram and like Snapchat is now. Like you see
yeah.
like there's people my age who are already graduated from college.
oh yeah I know a lot of people
You know,
as
and
well.
like the same age as I am, and that's early to be graduated because I'm 21. But, I mean, it's not super early, I guess, but so I think I've learned that like going at your own pace isn't really a big deal because it's like there's 10 years from now, it's not gonna matter
Yeah.
Right.
that much.
Yeah.
Would you guys say that you guys regret going to community college at all? Or would you
No.
guys
No.
would have, not necessarily maybe not regret, but like would you have wanted to try to go to a university first?
I would have just because like I hate the application process. I think it's very tedious and like you have to make sure that like all of your school like they're all like we want your high school like
Yeah.
like transcripts and we have to make sure and like if you went to a community college we need to have those transcripts as well and like it's a lot of like okay I need to pull all of these things together and like you're still doing like mind you like I'm still in school you know what I'm saying while I'm applying so I have to like grab all of these things while like still doing my schoolwork and stuff like that. So sometimes I think that's just like a pet peeve though. It's not I don't regret like my time and I don't think my time was wasted because like I met so many people like and I gained so much knowledge from like the courses that I've been in, like even like the teachers like make a big impact. So
Oh, for sure. I definitely don't regret it at all. I think I'm happy that I went the path that I chose because it allowed me to feel comfortable about not knowing exactly where I was because it wasn't like there wasn't as much pressure and it's kind of like it's kind of a stepping stone of like okay like now I'm more responsible for certain things and I've met like so many great people and I got to be in a jazz group that's like been super impactful. So my personal experience, like if I went back and I was like, if like I woke up tomorrow and I was 18 again and I had to decide like where am I going, I'd probably choose the same place.
Right.
I mean, I might have like chosen certain things sooner, but no, I don't think that if I went back that I would go to university straight away.
Yeah. How about you, Alan? Do you kind of like this is gonna be like a two question. Yeah, two-part question.
A two-question question.
Two-question. So do you regret not having more of a high school experience because you did Running Start? And do you think that you should have done community college before entering a university?
No, I don't regret missing out on high school. I personally didn't really enjoy high school that much, to be completely honest.
I feel like a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, but I know. I mean, like again, it's all individualistic.
Sure,
Like,
agreed.
some people probably loved high school.
I loved
and-
high school. Like I had a
you
great
know.
time.
I
like,
did too.
and I definitely, I mean, obviously, I'm friends with you too. So like, friends from high school are super important if they're gonna be lifelong friends. But I don't regret doing Running Start. What I do regret is not being focused and really like figuring out, okay, what prereqs could work out the best. Because I think regardless of what I had studied, I think no matter what, I would still be studying some sort of science instead of doing like a more engineered math-based route.
So
Because now there's a lot of like prereqs that I feel like would have been way easier to do earlier
Right.
than now, when I'm trying to complete my bachelor's now. But I don't regret going to university either. I think I would have rather gone to university anyways.
do you still think that if you went back, you'd still pick going
Do
to
the same
WSU?
Yeah, because I went to UW for 2 or 7 times. And I grew up thinking I was going to be a Husky. And every single
That's so
time I went on a
interesting.
tour, well, yeah, my dad's a Husky. So every time I went on a tour, though, I would hear someone yell out either like next to the engineering hall or across the Red Square. They'd be like, "Don't come here, it sucks." literally every single time.
Really?
So like the first time I'm thinking, oh, that's hilarious, that's so funny. The second time I'm thinking, oh, that's still funny, whatever. The third time I'm thinking, okay, this is not a coincidence. Like,
Yeah,
what is
people
going
are
on?
saying-
Wait,
know?
you toured 7 times?
I toured 7 times.
Dang.
Like, because I really wanted to be a Husky, because I grew up thinking I was going to be a Husky.
I
you
grew
know?
up
That's
thinking
really
that-
good though. that
I
you
grew
toured
up,
that many
yeah,
times.
yeah. I remember in high school, I'd be like, no, dude, fuck the Cougs, man. Like, whatever,
I grew
I'm
up
all
thinking,
about the Huskies.
Yeah, I grew up thinking I was going to go to UW also.
Right, exactly. And I remember we would talk about, like, oh, dude, let's go to UW together, or, you know, what have you. And so,
And here we are. Man.
and here we are. And so I toured 7 times, and I applied because my mom and dad really wanted me to apply anyways, but I knew I wasn't going to UW. And then I applied to Western, and I love the location, but not the school. And then I went to WSU, and I was like, wow, this is freaking awesome.
This is the one.
This is the one. And so I don't regret going to WSU first. I just wish I had been more focused and more open-minded about different things, because I was so tunnel vision when it came to, med school, because that's all I wanted to think about, apparently, was med school.
Right.
And I didn't allow myself to see all the options that were out there. And I think that's a huge reason why I didn't end up wanting to go to med school anyways, because I think a lot of people who become doctors don't see themselves being anything but the white
Sure.
coat,
Agreed.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I don't regret it. I just wish I had been more focused, so I wouldn't have to be struggling as much now and waiting as long to graduate.
Right.
So
Good.
yeah.
It's good to it's good to see really your options, and again, I think touring 7 times, it's a lot, but it helped you make a decision of I don't really want to go here.
Yep. Yep. And most of the community at UW is a commuter school.
Yeah.
They're all commuters, and so
It's such a big school. Like,
it's a
there's
huge
really is.
so many people
school,
go there.
and not to bash UW. If you love UW, then by all means, that's your place. Wherever
I'm
you
trying
end
to
up
go
going.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember in high school when I decided I was going to go to Wazoo, people were making fun of me. They're like, oh, you're going to Wazoo. Oh, okay.
That's another stigma. Like, people
Yeah, that's
people
a
care
huge
so much
stigma.
about what other people do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I just-
But here's the thing: there are so all of the people that I know from Wazoo, they're already most of them are graduating, and the people that I know at UW, they're they have changed majors and they are still grinding it out. And so it just goes to show you that those people, they really didn't give a fuck about what other people said. They're like, no, this is my school, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna work hard, and now they're here. Now they're doing their things.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a different experience for everyone. It's really based on what you feel that you need. It's not based on what your parents want, not what your friends want, not what you think other people want of you. It's what you want of yourself. So if you need that extra time to decide and not go to university right away, I think that's the best thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just don't write it off. Keep your I definitely went through high school with the intention of going to university, just in case, I didn't even think I would want to go to community college until my senior year, but I just kept my options up, and I still applied. I still
Yeah.
But and then I was like, I don't think that this is the right choice for me at the moment. This isn't
Now, how do you guys feel about people not even going to university or community college?
That's
or
fine.
Trade school.
Yeah, that is up to them.
I mean, it's your life, but I guess it depends. There's some people who don't go to university or college at all, and they're super successful, and there's some people who aren't. Some people just can't afford it.
Yeah.
So there's tons of different reasons to not go.
Yeah, and I think you get to define what success means to you.
Yeah.
Whether that is going to school and getting a degree and working in that field, or if it's just living day to day, loving what you do regardless of what job that really is. And I think because my mom told me the story, so she knows this guy. He was his parents told him that he needed to become a doctor. That will give him the most money, it will give him the most benefit. And he was so irritated by that fact because he did not want to be a doctor, but he did it anyways. He became a doctor. He studied for 8 to 10 years to get his to be a doctor,
Yeah, to get his MD.
Yeah, and then once he got it, he threw it on the table and he was like, there, I'm a doctor and I will never use this degree. And
Dang.
now, yes, and now he's a florist, very successful, and I believe New York.
That's cool. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's kind of move on a bit from the college conversation.
Yeah.
And what are other like present societal like norms or like stereotypes or whatever that are like present right now?
I mean, like going back off of it, I didn't enjoy high school because of all the labels that you'd get. You know, like in college now at university, no one really gives a crap
Yep.
for the most part, right? Obviously,
Yeah,
there's always those some people that will care, but like in university, like you walk in with sweats and no one gives a crap. Like, what? I'll walk in slides. I'll like literally during finals week, some kid walked in with a pillow and blanket, and I was like, I wish I was him.
Yeah, he was
Like,
smart.
come on, like what the heck?
There was definitely more, at least in my experience, like dramatic stuff that occurred in high school. But I mean, it still happens. There's still like dumb stuff. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
still-
of course.
Well, I think that like speaking on labels, I think that labels are important, but also can be deconstructive. Because like so. Here's the thing, like I'm a person of color and like I am part of like LGBTQ. Those two things are very important in my life. And I think that like to find someone like me, you know what I'm saying? Like we need those labels, but also with labels there comes like stereotypes, you know what I'm saying? That that aren't necessarily beneficial for people, you know what I'm
right.
saying? There's like there's the stigma of like being gay, like you're 100%, you're always like yes, yeah, like
Right,
yes,
always
we're all-
flamboyant, and always energetic,
yeah, and it's just like that's not always the case. Like I am very, very relaxed most of the time. Yeah, sure. Like if you give me like. If I'm in a group of 5 or more people, it becomes an audience, sure. But I mean, like, if I'm just chilling with friends, like, it doesn't have to be that,
Right.
You know?
I mean, you're super calm right now as we're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
hanging out.
Here
Right.
we are.
I think labels are just like you said. It can be something empowering, part of someone's identity.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it could be something if you take it too personally of someone else's label of you.
You're right.
That's when it becomes detrimental because
Right.
it might not be something that you want to necessarily identify with, and you don't have to take that label from whoever said so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of that kind of like, I see a lot of it on Twitter mostly lately, just like people really like attributing certain characteristics to certain groups, and I don't know. At least for me, my goal with myself is I want to like think about people based on my interactions with what their character is and not really anything else. But I do see the value in like if like I was talking to Adam. I've talked to Adam about this before. Like sometimes like a lot of like my LGBTQ friends will be like talking about like their gaydar and like, oh, like do you think that person's gay? And I'm like I don't really think about it. Like, and I don't really care. Like not like in a bad way, but like if you're gay or not, like it doesn't make
It doesn't change who you are.
it doesn't make a
Yeah.
difference for me. But and
Agreed.
so I would think like why do you care so much? But then like it kind of clicked with me at one point like, oh, because like that's something that you connect on, and
Yes.
it's also something that's like not, there's been a lot of progression in that area in society, but it's still
We're still learning. We're still growing.
yeah. So it's
Agreed.
like you're in a similar position, and you guys like there can be like some kind of connection that you get from that. So I kind of learned that why people care about it.
Yes.
Because for me it just doesn't matter. It's like I'm still gonna, it's not gonna influence my opinion on you.
And like I mean like you're also like you're dating someone, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not something that you really have to think about, But like like I'm in the dating field, so
Right.
shameless plug. I'm single.
He be
and-
fishing, y'all. He be fishing.
So,
Hit him up on
if you need my
Instagram and
digits,
Twitter.
just slide up in my DMs, okay? But the trombone.
Hold on, Adam is demanding a trombone.
Because like the thing about it is like I'm like not next to the soundboard, but like Evan's like right next to it, and like I can see the cues from Joey, but like I can't reach it. I forgot what I was gonna say.
you were shouting out your digits, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you're single, it's something that like you think about like even more. I mean, like because like sometimes like you hit on people, and like I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but maybe that person turns out to be gay. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I have to deal with a lot. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause,
Sure.
Like I have to look at the world as if everyone was gay, or not like
Right.
I wouldn't have. Like I wouldn't know because you can not everyone is like as visibly quote unquote gay as like maybe like I am, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and you can't tell that.
Yeah,
okay.
and like you can't tell that just because like someone's walking down the street,
Okay, so I have a question then.
Yeah.
How do you go about? Cause I don't have that perspective or that position or like experience of that you have. So how do you go about finding like
partner
flirting with
or
people or
whatever.
like flirting with people if like because you can't like look at someone and be like they're gay
Yeah, yeah.
or like they're not, like you. I mean, maybe there's certain people that
maybe there's like a general gauge, but like normally like you can't really tell because like
there's not like people aren't. It's not just like on their forehead. Like you can't just.
Yeah, I'd be like, there you go. But for me, I think, well, I mean, like, it's still really hard for me because, like, I'm a person who like respects other people's like boundaries. Like, I don't hit on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I am hitting on you, like, we probably know each other.
You have like a established like relationship already of some
yes,
kind.
exactly. And like my thing though, one of my best friends told me, she was like, look, you have to look at people as if they were all gay, because if not, like, you're just limiting your options, you know what I'm saying? And if like if you hit on someone and they're not gay, okay, like,
Well, now you know.
you know what I'm saying? They should be flattered, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, you be looking good.
Yeah, that's something funny that like some of my friends when they've like come out to me, they're like, oh, but like I didn't find you attractive though. I'm like, if you did, like, I'm not gonna be like mad about it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be
no,
like.
I've told you, like, I've told both of you, like, you guys are like very attractive people. You know what I'm saying?
He's got good taste. He's
Yeah,
got good taste,
you know what I'm
baby.
saying? If you want to play around with Smash, let me know. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
But yeah, I think that like that, and then like here's the thing. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people find maybe not a lot of people, but like some people find that dating apps are very like, like you shouldn't be looking on dating apps. But I mean, like, it's another form of social media, and
Sure.
I think that like it widens your audience, you know what I'm saying, and it helps target specific groups to like be like, hey, we have like a mutual interest, you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that like, like you're gonna find the love of your life on Grindr or Tinder.
You could,
But
I
you
mean,
know,
yeah, possibly.
But you
possibly.
could, and I've met a lot of good people from it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we've slept with each other once or twice. But I mean, like, we end up becoming friends.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. So that's that. You know, how do you guys find people at the grocery store? Is that what you guys think?
I haven't been single in a while, but like at least for me, it's never been just like I've never been the type to just like see someone and go up and be like, hey, what's up? I'm not that kind
It's
of
really
person.
cool
Yo,
when
I'm
you
trying
do,
to look
though.
for fresh produce right now. Like,
Oh, you have it here.
you said
kid.
grocery store, right?
Yeah.
Oh god, that was terrible.
But
I gotta use it.
I mean, true. But I think that like, I just forgot what I was gonna say.
Nice.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, so I mean, for you, Alan, because you're like.
Yeah, on the market. Let me tell you,
God.
ladies, this guy
Single
is...
Pringle, ready to mingle. Love romantic walks to the fridge.
Get it while it's hot, ladies. Get it while it's hot.
While it's hot.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
He was asking. Well, he was. What did you ask Adam? You asked like.
I don't
What
yeah,
he
like
said,
a-
what do you do? Just like go up to someone in the grocery store.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it all depends on you. Like, if you're single and you think someone's cute, like, I personally will go up to him and be like, hey, like, you're kind of cute. You know?
I like that though, cause like one of my friends started doing that when she became single. She was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave my number if I feel a person's cute.
Yeah.
And it's really worked out in her favor.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, like, in all honesty, it is just a numbers game. Like,
Yeah.
you never know. You see someone, cute, and you leave them their number or your
You'd be
number,
like,
and
"Hey."
they're like, yeah, like, hey, what up? Like, you trying to go grab some pizza or something?
Yeah.
And if they're down, they're down. If they're not down, they're not down. But like, regardless if you end up in a relationship,
You
with them,
tried.
you've met someone.
True.
Yeah.
Meeting people is super, super awesome, and who knows, maybe that could be your next like best friend or
Yeah.
what.
Don't be creepy about it, but like.
No, obviously don't be creepy about it. But like, and even like just being nice to someone. Like if I see someone who's like if I see a woman who's like on the bus and they're just like super cute, and I see like they're wearing like like I love your t-shirt, I'll just say that and not even leave them my number.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of like an admiration thing. Like, oh hey, like I love your t-shirt.
One of my friends, they met their significant other on a bus, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just made eye contact. And then they...
Wow.
Yeah, and,
Wow.
It's
like a movie.
I know, a movie. But no, like, this person, like, like, he gave out his digits, like, after the bus ride. And he was like, hey, you should call me. And, like, they
called
started
him?
dating. Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's definitely something to be said for like, just like shoot your shot. But I mean, like, be respectful still.
Be respectful.
No,
Yes.
110%. 110%. Get the message if they don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
want to hang out with you or.
yeah. Like, sometimes like I think it's better to like know than to not know, because there's like this big fear of like rejection, I think, that people have. But it's
yeah.
like if you get rejected, at least like the
Yeah.
answer, because then you can't be like, oh man, that girl I saw on the bus.
Yeah.
What if I had said nice t-shirt? Like,
Honestly,
Movement in a relationship, regardless if it's going forward or backward, is better than just a standstill relationship.
very
Damn.
true. Wow, that was
Alright.
deep.
Thank you,
Can we
thank
get
you,
an
thank you.
applause for that?
Yeah, please give me that applause. What?
you get that.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that was not what I was
I'm
expecting.
that was interesting. Oh, thank you.
Goodbye, viewers.
I'm dropping some little bombs of wisdom, even though my wisdom teeth are gone. But
Oh my God.
We're making that joke again.
I had to bring it up again.
Your mouth still hurts.
Yes, my mouth still hurts. It's been a while, but
But here we are.
it's chilling.
You're
I don't
still
look
on
as
the
much
podcast.
as a circle. Do I look like a circle still?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or chipmunk?
you do look like a chipmunk.
It's cute.
Still?
It's cute.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
You could.
Are you shooting your shot right now?
This is me shooting my shot.
Oh my God, it's getting spicy up in here, y'all.
But speaking of love and like asking people out, do you think, or do either of you believe in love at first sight? You always see the movies, and I see a lot of times on Twitter, like everyone's complaining about, oh, I just want to meet the one, and all this stuff. But like, do you think true love is out there? And,
Maybe.
like,
I mean, everyone's different. Everyone's experience is different. But I feel like for me, there's like, I don't remember where I read this, but there's some statistic that you don't really know someone until you've known them for like 2 or 3 years. And it's like, I know a lot of people. I know people in my life that are getting married to someone pretty quickly after. Like, that's kind of weird that people that I know are getting married now, but it's true. But that are getting married to people that they haven't known for that long. And I guess that works for some people. But for me, no. I don't think I could do that because...
Right.
Just because of who I am. And so, I guess maybe. I don't know if I believe that you could, like, look at someone and instantly be like, oh,
that's the one.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe people feel that way, but...
I mean, it seemed to work out for Adam's friends, right, on the bus.
Or, well, my mom. My mom, she's a very strong woman, okay? And she saw my dad, right? And she was like, this is the one.
Gotta have that booty.
She was like, this is the one. This is the guy. And at the
really?
time, which is crazy because like at the time, so my mom, she's a Christian and my dad's like, at the time was a Muslim. And like, even though they had different yoke, which is like different religions, they still came together, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, eventually my dad turned into a Christian, but like, that's like a different side note. But like, my mom was a firm believer of like, this is the guy I'm gonna marry, and like, I'm a go-getter, I'm gonna do it, like, I'm gonna make it work. Yeah, and like, I'm not like that because like, like, I think that like, I have a lot of stuff to work on. I'm I am some type of person, I am some kind of way in a relationship. I am not, I don't know, I feel like I'm not easy to be in a relationship with, just because like just like things.
I mean, yeah, at least for me, I don't want to have like an expectation of what's gonna happen before. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not like assuming anything.
Yeah. But I also think that like there is more than one person out there for someone. Like I don't believe
agree.
that there is just one person.
I think you can mesh with a lot of different people.
Yeah, and
especially
I-
if you really try. Like honestly, you could really work with a lot of people.
Agree.
So do you believe in love at first sight then, Alan?
No, definitely not.
No?
My parents knew each other 3 years before they even started dating.
I mean,
No way.
Yeah,
happens that way. Sometimes.
So like my dad first met my mom, and my mom was dating this random guy.
Some
and
random dude.
Some random dude. I don't think they're friends anymore. But anyways, my dad was like, oh wow, she's super cute. But at the time, obviously, she was dating someone else, and then he started dating someone else, and that was when my mom's relationship ended. And then she realized, oh, my dad's kind of cute, but like he's in a relationship. And so, like, they were friends for a really, really long time, and like my mom would actually help him out with like relationship problems and stuff.
Sure.
And then they
Gosh.
broke up, and it didn't work out. And then they were just kind of friends for a while, just hanging out. And then one day, my dad was just like, "Hey, like, let's go on a date." And she was like, "Okay, let's do it." And at that point, it wasn't like sparks were flying.
Yeah.
They were just friends,
Right.
and then they decided, oh, let's just
I
take it a
like
step further.
that. Yeah, I like a natural building relationship, because I think like this day and age especially is like, when someone likes another person, they're like, oh my gosh, let's go. We're gonna go on a date, and then
0 to
we're gonna
100 right
yeah,
away.
and
Yep,
it's just
yep.
like, bro, you don't know them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm guilty of that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like it's really interesting like dating people that like you don't know at all, because like you go on a couple of dates and you think, oh, okay, like this is the one. We're gonna get together. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you realize you're like, oh, like we are different people.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
like,
just such an odd
wow.
concept.
Yeah, and then like you
Wow.
realize that like like maybe we shouldn't have been in a relationship, but that doesn't mean like they're not good people and they're
Right.
not good friends. Because
Amen,
like,
amen.
like I don't know, like a lot of people that like I have dated, like we work terribly in a relationship. I mean, like that's due to them and that's due to me. But like whenever like I talk to them and like we're in like a friendship kind of setting and like that's the stigma behind it, like it's really great. I'm like, yes, like I love talking to you, But just because like I feel like also like when you're in a relationship, like you put on like barriers because you're all like, I need to look presentable, when
Sure.
really like you just need to approach them as a friend. Like I might look busted and I might have not trimmed my eyebrows, but like at the end of the day they're still gonna love you for you, especially like if like it means something, like
Right,
regardless if it's a friendship or a
I'm sorry I look like a zombie in the morning, but hey, if you love me still.
yeah. Sorry I got that zombie
It's not all
breath,
about looks.
but like
I'm sorry if my farts clear the room, but like
I
if
know.
you still in the room with the gas mask on, ooh,
I know.
you the one.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that your?
That's how I know, guys. That's how I know. If I fart and she's in the room still with a pillow over her face, then she's the one.
Wow, that's a good.
That's
Like, my
romantic as
thing-
hell, right?
Yeah, like my thing is like I'm not ugly and I've never been ugly in my entire life, but
Okay.
Nice.
but like
I mean,
in
Wow,
the-
he's so humble too.
honestly,
Humble
you're
guy.
welcome, America. But like, yeah, but like in the morning, I do look some type of way, and like it's not
Sure.
it's not the best, It's
I
not
think
the
I think I got a cute sleepy morning face. I think I do.
You do.
best. Can
yeah.
someone play the crickets? Can someone play the crickets? I'm just kidding.
There's the crickets on there.
I don't know. Damn it.
on there.
I don't see it.
No, it's fine.
Their sad song.
But what do you guys think?
Oh no.
What is this?
Oh wow.
I'll never find the one.
Dramatic. She's dramatic.
No, but no. I don't know why I just thought of this, but one thing that I thought was really dumb, like when I first saw Instagram spam accounts, and then I made one because I was like, why not? And I started following other people's spams on my spam account. Some people are so
Dramatic?
and like so open with what's going on in their life, and I'm just like, why are you saying this?
Yeah.
Why are you saying-
Hello?
But I mean, like, that's why it's like a private account. But like, that's what.
But some people have like 100-something followers on their spam.
Me.
Oh, he's calling you
Yeah, he's
out.
coming
That's
for me.
The
You're not
ginger
that
tea,
bad.
guys.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
ginger
the
tea.
tea.
That is the ginger tea.
I hate that.
But it's just like it blows my mind. I'm like, but then I get like this weird impression of like, Why? Like, what's
I
going on?
think some people post it just for fun though. Like they want to
Sure.
post something stupid that's not like
Yeah.
on their pretty Instagram. Or
Yeah,
whatever, you know?
Yeah.
my thing is like I'm a very dramatic person. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think you guys can hear the hair flip he's doing.
I know. Boom.
You feel it in his voice.
But the thing about it is, like, I learned that, like, I am a very open book. If you ask me something, more than likely I will tell you. And, like, that's
Sure.
why, like, I stopped my Finsta being, like, my fun Insta being private. And I was all like, you know what? Like, I really, really don't care what people think about me. And, like, I mean... you know, like there are things that like I won't post on social media, you know, like especially like if it's a deep private event, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe like I hint at it, like I'll be like posting like, you know, like a dog and be like, animals. And that's like a really like a metaphor for my past relationship. Like, I don't know.
Like, bitch.
But like you know, there should be a borderline of like maybe like not. You shouldn't share everything, but like it's okay to be a weird oversharer like I am. But you just have to know like
Yeah.
where you stand.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
Evan's
surprise.
backtracking now.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's shocking sometimes. Like what
Yeah.
people are willing to share.
You're like, ooh, they really said that.
Yeah. It's not bad. Do it. I mean, live your life.
Do what you want to do. Live your
Yeah.
life. Don't listen to the labels that you don't like.
Yeah, and who cares what other people think? Like, really, it is up to you. That's the thing. At the end of the day, like, cause like I used to have a problem of like, oh my gosh, like I need to care for all of my friends. I need to care for like what other people
mean,
think
I
of
hope
me.
so. Oh,
and
not
I
that
and I
part.
still do. I mean, like I still do. Like I really do care about my friends. But like also at the end of the day, sometimes you have to do the things that are beneficial for you because like no one else is gonna be there. Like you're gonna be there for yourself. You know, like
Yeah.
if you are tired, go to sleep. Don't stay up because your friends are like, oh my gosh, like. You know, maybe
Or if you want to play Overwatch and not hang out with friends anymore,
Yeah.
just go home and play
gang.
Overwatch.
Yeah, sorry, I had to do
Wow,
that. I had to
What
do
is
that
that?
the other
What did you say that
night.
was?
Oh my
the last
gosh.
episode. Adam reading.
I read it. That's our shit, girl. Oh my gosh. The audience. The live
Our audience is wow. We have such a-
We have such a dedicated fan base.
Thanks, Mom, again.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good note to end on though. Like, screw what other people think.
Yes.
You know,
Agreed.
if it's constructive criticism, if someone
Oh,
loves
sure.
you and gives you that constructive criticism, then take it and take it to heart and know that they're doing it because they love you. But if it's just some stupid label,
Yeah.
like don't listen to that
But like,
shit. You
also
don't need to
do
listen.
what you want to do.
Yeah, it's your life. We only
Yeah.
live for like what?
Yeah.
80, 90, 100 years.
Yeah.
So do what you want to do.
150.
Yeah.
150, that's going to be you?
Yeah.
Oop,
Okay.
here we are.
Probably not.
If you believe, you can what? Achieve.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
mean, like, positive manifestation. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. There you go. Do
you
what
go.
you want to do.
You put it out into the world, so now it's gonna happen.
Positive vibes all day here at GingerTea.
Yeah.
But hey, again, thanks for tuning in with us again.
yeah, thank you for listening.
There you go.
Yep.
All right. We're signing off, guys. Love you guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's the ginger tea.